The King and the Search for Happiness. Once there was a king who was so engrossed in the administrative affairs of his kingdom that he rarely found time to rest. One day, he reflected on his life and thought, "This kingship is nothing but a burden. I am constantly working, with no peace during the day and no rest at night. Despite being a king, there is no happiness in my life. If I am not happy, how can anyone else in my kingdom be happy?" This thought led him to decide that he must find the happiest person in his kingdom. Disguising himself, the king set out one night to search for this contented individual. The first person he met was a wealthy merchant. The king asked him, "Surely, you live a life of happiness and peace?" The merchant replied, "I have immense wealth, but it does not bring me peace. If wealth could buy happiness, I would not hesitate to purchase it. Instead, this wealth has made my life miserable. My heirs are eyeing my fortune, praying for my death. If they had their way, they would kill me for this wealth. Additionally, I live in constant fear of thieves and robbers. My health has deteriorated due to this stress. I wish I were a poor man, working hard and living happily in a small hut, without any worries. My neighbor, who is poor, seems so content with his life. If only I could live like him." Hearing this, the king went to the merchant's neighbor and asked, "Are you happy with your life?" The neighbor replied, "I am fed up with this hard labor. Is this even a life? I wish I could live like the merchant, resting all day and enjoying wealth. That is what a real life should be." Unsatisfied with their answers, the king visited a high-ranking officer in his kingdom, someone recently promoted to an important position. The officer said, "It was my misfortune to accept this position. My colleagues, who were once my friends, have become my subordinates. They now resent me. The happiness I felt when I was promoted has vanished. It seems happiness is not destined for me." The king, still searching for happiness, then approached a tailor and asked, "Surely, you must enjoy your work and life?" The tailor replied, "Not at all. This work is exhausting. Sitting all day and stitching clothes has drained me. I wish I could be like my neighbor, the officer, who has wealth, power, and comfort. If only I were him." Finally, the king reached a small village outside the city as it began to rain. He knocked on the door of a humble hut. An old man came out and invited him in. The roof of the hut leaked in several places, and the old man had placed empty cans to catch the dripping water. The king asked, "It seems you are not well off financially. Are you truly happy?" The old man replied, "Not at all. I am very happy. Thank God for giving me everything I need. Look around. I have a clean home, 2 oxen, a goat, 5 ducks, and some chickens. They provide milk, eggs, and meat, which I sell. The oxen help me plow my field and draw water from the well. I even have some land where I grow wheat and cotton. Behind my house is a beautiful garden with mango, date, banana, and orange trees. I water the fields and garden from my well. In my free time, I graze the animals and spend my moments remembering God. I am content and at peace with my life." The king realized that happiness does not mean the absence of struggles. With joy, one must also endure hardships. True happiness comes from contentment and gratitude. The rain had stopped, and the king returned to his palace, more dedicated than ever to his duties. Moral of the story: happiness comes from contentment and gratitude, not wealth or status. Embracing life's struggles with a positive attitude leads to true peace and joy.